There's a new drug that came out, right? Well, they've been working on it for a while for Alzheimer's, and they want Americans to pay $26,500 per year for this drug. Sanders went ahead and he started to raise hell. He says, he raises concerns over outrageous prices of the new Alzheimer drugs. Not only does the high price of Leqembi threaten Medicare's finances, it will also negatively impact seniors on fixed incomes suffering from Alzheimer's who simply cannot afford to pay. Again, we always have that pay for play. Senator Bernie Sanders on Monday reiterated his concerns over the staggering price tag of a new approved Alzheimer's Medicare medication after the Biden administration failed to respond to his letter last month urging swift executive action to force down the cost. In a new letter to Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, Sanders wrote that the current $26,500 price for Leqembi is outrageous and demanded that the Biden administration explain why the cost of this drug cannot be reduced to $8,900, which is the price independent experts believe it should cost based on its effectiveness. Sanders, the chair of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Health Committee, raised particular alarm over the drug's possible impact on Medicare finances. Shortly after the Food and Drug Administration approved Leqembi last week, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services announced that Medicare will cover the treatment broadly, a contrast from its decision last year to limit coverage of Adulhem, a different high-priced Alzheimer's drug. KFF estimates that if 5% of people with Alzheimer's disease use Leqembi, also known as lecanemab, Medicare's annual outlays for the IV infusion would be $8.9 billion, a spending increase that would push premiums up for all Medicare recipients. In other words, that $8 billion, $8.9 billion is a transfer of wealth from all of us, including higher premiums, to those rich fat cats who said, hey, people get Alzheimer's. We can make a ton of money off of their illness. See why I said that this type of stuff, medical expenses do not belong in the private sector, because since it is something that people want, they need, I'm ill, I want to get cured, we will pay anything for it. They know it and they bilk us for it, even as all of the research that go into all of these devices ultimately has a public component. The researchers were educated many times by public universities. The company's investment in these drugs many a times are covered by grants and universities. And moreover, even if they do some research themselves, if they lose money, they never lose money. Why? Because all that money that they lose is written off on their taxes on the profits of other drugs. So it's a lie to you. Whenever you hear they're not going to invent new drugs, if you don't allow them to overcharge you, it's a lie. But it's a lie that's not only known by like myself and many others. It's a lie known by the government. It's a lie known by everybody. It's a bunch of people fixing the cost of these drugs to transfer the wealth, to extract the wealth and give it to a few. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. As Sanders wrote, not only does the high price of Leqembi threaten Medicare finances, it will also negatively impact seniors on fixed incomes suffering from Alzheimer's who simply cannot afford to pay the 20% copay of more than $5,000 a year for this drug. With a median income of about $30,000 a year for seniors on Medicare, the purchase of this drug would amount to over 1/6 of their income. Just that one drug, not their entire healthcare bill, just that one drug. That is unacceptable, the senator continued. A prescription drug is not effective if a patient who needs that drug cannot afford it. Worse, it's not like that drug is so effective that it deserves the price. The drug industry is the only people that charge you for lack of performance. In other words, they have a drug that may help somebody live 30 days more, 60 days more on the aggregate. And they feel for that, they are willing to charge the arm and a leg. That is ridiculous. If I have a drug that's going to give me 60 more days on earth, I will give my daughter, my wife, and all my loved ones a big hug and say, I love you guys. you know what? I love you so much that it's time for me to go, and you go ahead and take that income that they would have ripped off from you to the drug companies. Please use that to have a better life. Please use that to soothe the pain of losing me because I would have been lost anyway. Folks, we have to stop it. We have to stop this thievery. We have to stop this thuggish behavior by those who control our healthcare. We have to have healthcare for all. We have to take this country, not take this country back. We have to take this country away from those who have used us nothing more than slaves, indentured servants, and antiseptic slaves. We have to do better. We can do better. We must elect progressives who actually think about humanity before they think about anything else. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.